guys, it's Jonah here, back with another beer review. And the reason why I'm looking a little bit cash is because my company has put me onto hybrid working, which is cool. Save some money on petrol. So some days I'm at home working on the old computer, and other days I travel into the office, do my stuff there. Hey, so it works out pretty well. But I'm at home today, which is why I'm in my Gap, or one of my Gap hoodies. So we are back into the Stone and Friends selection box from the Beer 52, which I believe was November. So yeah, it's a while ago, but it's not that long ago, to be honest. And the beer we are doing is not a Stone beer, it is from Northern Monk. It's the Star and Anchor Twisted Edition, I believe this is. It's an American porter at 4.2% ABV. So some people would call this a session porter, but no, I'm glad they haven't. It's an American porter inspired by those breweries, the early craft breweries in the US. Dark Bodied Ale has prominent roasty chocolate flavours with caramel, spicy and peppery, with a generous hopping of Columbus. And when we look at the malt bill, it's pale Munich malt. We've got oats in there too. We've got some chocolate malt, roasted barley, melanoidin, and dark crystal. And the spider diagram is definitely, well, if you look at it, it's more malty than hoppy, according to, there we go, the spider diagram. So we shall see what we get. The last one I had was really weird because it was definitely more hoppy than malty, and I was genuinely surprised. So there we go, and it is the American porter. And if you look, they're kind of celebrating. I'm not sure what they're celebrating. Is it Independence Day or something, or Thanksgiving? They celebrate loads of stuff on there. Oh, and it says it tastes of pine, so that'll be cool. We are, there we go. That's some information that we probably need to know. Set sail into the multi darkness. Drop anchor, sit back and enjoy. It was brewed by Catherine Mowat. If found in the wild, please coax to safety with coffee and books. There we go. I quite like the way they put the different brewers and a little sort of caricature of their face on there. I think that is a really nice touch. Now, we know this is brewed in the UK because it's only a 330 can, not a 355, which it would have been if it was straight from America. But I know Northern Monk, I know them quite well. They do some really nice beers, I have to say. Okay, we are back with the Tulip tasting glass, and I have no fear about really chucking this bad boy in here because it's a 330 and I know I can get at least a 440 can in this bad boy. Can't quite get a 500 in there, but never mind. Right, so how can we do this? Should we do one of these this time? One of those out there, and a cheeky grin, and we're on our way. Definitely a finger's head. And if you look, that's a lovely kind of tanned colour. Might not be a tan for you, but that's a definite tan for me. And look at those bubbles. Nice, small, compact bubbles, but they're definitely carbon bubbles as opposed to the nitro bubbles, which are really fine, really, really small. And look at the colour. I mean, my goodness, you can even see the reflection of the camera off there. Lovely, lovely dark colour, what a porter should be. And we are getting a bit of pine on there. Not unlike a black IPA on the aroma. There's a bit of roastiness there, but it's mainly the hops that I'm getting on there. And don't forget, the spider diagram definitely said malts over hops. It's close, but it definitely said malts over hops. Let's test it out. But, dear viewer, I have a favour to ask. If you like this review, please click like underneath. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, please, we'll be happy to have you click subscribe down below, hit that bell icon thing, and then you won't miss any future videos. I know I say this quite a lot, but it really, really does make a difference. Doesn't make a difference to you maybe, but to me and the channel really does make a difference when people do these kind of things. Cool. Let's dive in and we'll see what we get, dear viewer. Oh, oh, yes. So on the nose, I was a bit worried because it was a bit more hoppy. The mouthfeel, completely different. It's definitely roasty. You've got chocolate in there too, a little bit of sweetness. You have the creaminess, which is really good to see, that links everything together. Quite a bit of residual sweetness there actually, but it's not really thick. It's got that creaminess to it, so it does have some body, but it's not a thick beer. I wouldn't say it's watery either, but it's definitely not a chewy, gnarly, stout like that. And this isn't a stout; it's a porter. So, but then we do have the hops too. You can taste the hops, and the weird thing is because it's a little bit more sweet. Yeah, it's not like a black IPA. Number one, it kind of is, but that creaminess, that unctuousness, that chocolate, it's not just about the roast. And I'd say this is probably less roasty than a black IPA. It's a lot more creamy. It's weird having hop flavour, but with a creaminess too. Bizarre, eh? And this beer is only a 4.2% beer as well, so you could have a fair few of these. Oh. Second go. I mean, we're getting everything. We're getting the chocolate. The sweetness is adding to the chocolate as well. The creaminess as well is adding to the chocolate. But then you've got the hops in there too, which it does give it a weird taste, to be perfectly honest. And this is not a bad beer by any mistake, but I don't know, having like an American hops and hop forward beers, quite well carb too. It's weird. I don't know if the sweetness, the unctuousness, the creaminess, the chocolate really goes fully with the American hops, the Columbus. And the hops give a little bit of pine, a little bit of citrus kind of thing. There's nothing wrong with them. There's absolutely fine. It's just there's definitely two separate things going on in this beer. Oh, and you can see, I don't know if you've noticed, there's a definite line up here and there's a definite line there. So the oats are doing their job, I feel. It is like a creamier version of a sort of old school black IPA. It really is. and I really like black IPAs. This, for me, it's a tiny bit creamy and sweet to have that kind of American style hops in there. I'm really glad to have tried this beer, don't get me wrong, and it is really well made. There are no off flavors at all. But for my tastes, for this kind of thing, you've kind of either got to go one way or the other. So a black, unctuous, oaty, creamy, chocolate, little bit of roasty, malty beer, or a hoppy beer. Maybe if it was a little bit drier and wasn't so sweet, maybe I wouldn't mind so much. But it's kind of 75% porter stroke stout and then 25% American hop IPA type style beer. And it's definitely malt first, hop second. I mean, you guys might really like this beer. Who knows? Who am I? But for me, I would say it's a little bit too much one way for the Star and Anchor American Porter from Northern Monk. And this is the Twist edition. Don't know if that makes any difference. Very sessionable beer. For me, I don't like these session styles. I prefer it to be up near 6% or that kind of thing. But anyway, why not try and get one of those beers? Northern Monk, easily accessible from the UK. Tell me down below if you've drunk this beer. What did you think of it? And I'll be back probably tomorrow doing another beer review, doing, what I should be doing really. I do have some homebrew stuff on the go. I might do a homebrew review as well soon. I have tried my latest homebrew, which was a porter actually, but it wasn't the best, shall we say. I'm going to drink it. It's not off, but yeah, we'll leave that for the review. But I've got ideas about perhaps what I could do to improve my homebrew. But yeah, we'll do some homebrew reviews. We might even do some more actual home brewing video stuff. That'll be good. But until then, dear viewer, please look after yourself. Please drink some more beers because we're kind of into the second week of January. So it is time for you to drink some beer. Cheers and beers, guys, and we'll see you real soon.